Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys. As I'm talking about the last few episodes of One Piece that obviously I did not talk about yet, because hey, I'm just lazy to the point. Um, yes, next week we are gonna officially start the Egghead arc, and apparently there's gonna be new animation yet again. Personally, I don't know why they're changing it up, but all right, I guess they change it up after every freaking arc. Albeit I like the Wano animation arc, but I don't know. I guess Toei's like, well, we had a different animation style for Wano. Let's change it for Egghead. So what's next after the arc, the next new arc? We're gonna change the animation again? I think the animation was fine as is. Why are we changing it again? Albeit it looks nice still. It still looks nice. Because when I watched the next episode preview from this special episode that they did again, I was just like, oh, the animation looks different, but it also has some of the animation from what we saw during the Wano arc. But all right, I guess they're just gonna change it up. But all right, whatever. Anyways, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the last few episodes that I freaking missed. Which it's kind of really the buggy stuff with the Cross Guild, and then what happened on Amazon Lily, and then this and everything that's been going on in the world. So let's talk about Cross Guild. So this might be a short episode review in terms of like content I'm talking about because it's kind of simple stuff. Anyways, all right, Cross Guild stuff. So obviously we found out that Buggy became an emperor because okay, he's now working with Crocodile and Mihawk are from the world what it's implied from the Cross Guild paper. Mihawk and Crocodile are working for Buggy the Clown. Now, we end up finding out that this Cross Guild essentially started up because, well, you know, when the Marines were attacking Buggy on his island, Crocodile and Mihawk were right then and there. And we also find out that Crocodile actually gave Mihawk a call to essentially like make some sort of like temporary truce/alliance because obviously the Marines are coming after each other. And Mihawk's just like, all right, I guess we can do this, but I don't like you. But they end up coming across Buggy, and essentially what happens is when Buggy comes up with an idea after he gets captured by those two, he ends up coming up with an idea of like, hey, let's make a whole group and everything, and let's make a thing called Cross Guild where we're putting bounties on Marines' hats and everything. I can be able to find a way to procure the money and everything, and I got the manpower to back it up and everything. So guess what? We can have this whole organization be great. Now, for some odd reason, because well, not odd reason, but because obviously, Buggy's men love Buggy so much, they put Buggy front and center on the poster, and that actually like pisses off Crocodile and Miyagi to the point that they're about to kill this guy. But then like I think if I remember correctly, it's Buggy that floats the idea, and Buggy essentially tells them like, "Hey, whoa, listen. Maybe it's actually best that I'm on front. You guys can do what you guys need to do while I'm handling what I need to handle and everything." And that's when Crocodile and Miyagi are like, "Wait a second, you got a good point." And they basically put two and two together, saying like, actually, we can have this bumbling idiot run the charge, make it look like he's in charge, while we're doing the secret stuff from behind. So guess what? We're not targeted as much. The Marines are just strictly going after Buggy. And if anything, they know that he's an emperor. They're not going to F with him like that. So we can actually do our own stuff. And they're essentially just going to be like, all right, we may be stronger than you, but all right, fine. We'll let you take lead. You'll just be the poster boy to essentially like run the operations and everything while we can do the stuff on the background and we actually get the work done. So that's kind of where we're at. Cross Guild, when I first read it in the manga, it was actually an interesting concept because it's like, all right, we know Marines do this to pirates. Now it's kind of like, okay, Marines got their target on their head. So if they run into anybody from Cross Guild or any other pirate, now they gotta have, their head on a swivel because if a pirate comes in and takes them alive or kills them, essentially, they can take it to Cross Guild, get the bounty, and make money off of them. So, pretty crazy. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. Luffy and the crew, after leaving Wano, they get upgraded with new bounties. I didn't write them down or anything, but their bounties are obviously upgraded. Chopper is still kind of like disrespectful with the point. Chopper's like, why would they give me this bounty? Robin has a 900 million berry bounty. I always question the fact, I'm like, they should have raised her to 1 billion at least, because she's such a very important character, and knowing that the world government had to get their CP agents to try to get her, you would think, oh no, she's top priority. She's getting like a billion or maybe 2 billion berry bounty on her head right then and there. So that was kind of the thing right then and there. Sanji, he's fourth on the Straw Hats for like lowest bound or like highest bounty, which Zoro keeps making fun about that. Like in this recent episode, like to break up this whole argument about Vivi and everything, he called him like, oh, fourth placer, and that upset Sanji and everything. And obviously Luffy's at the top and everything. And then too, obviously we know the Gora say they're upset that the bounty picture that got out is the picture of Luffy in his Gear 5th form. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. So yeah, I do think we get some cut arounds to the other parts of the world seeing this revelation about Luffy and everything. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. Yeah, so that's basically it. Now, this week's episode kind of the last few weeks' episodes kind of consisted of Amazon Lily and some Marco stuff. Like Marco, we find out that after he left Wano, or when he left Wano, he ended up meeting up with Shanks's crew, and we find out that Shanks actually wanted Marco to join his crew, but Marco's like, nah, sorry. But I think that has more to do with the fact that he has more loyalties towards Whitebeard. It's not that he has any problem with Shanks. I think he just has more of a loyalty to Whitebeard, and he just doesn't see himself joining another person's crew to the point like, why would he do that? Like he loved being on Whitebeard's crew, and I think he's indebted to him. And I think at this point with Marco, he's kind of like a freelancer. He'll help out when he needs to help out, if he feels like he needs to do it. But other than that, he's kind of like a retired pirate. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. But yeah. Also too, Shanks, they, even though Shanks' crew eggs on Shanks to go see Luffy, Shanks is like, nah, we're not gonna go see Luffy. So obviously they're gonna freaking keep that whole thing waiting for a while. Again, the Shanks Luffy reunion won't happen probably to like legitimately the final arc of One Piece, to be honest. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. But that's basically it. So yeah, Mark also tells like Luffy, like, he reminds him of Ace and everything. So blah 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 blah. We also get an explanation of why Yamato didn't go with the Straw Hats to Wano, which I think I mentioned on one of my previous episode reviews. It's basically the fact that she realized that essentially she needed to stay there because obviously, though Marines will probably still come back to potentially take over Wano, and she's probably like the strongest character there is right now in the land of Wano. So obviously that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing there. So she's gonna stay behind, but she does. I think I remember saying she did ask Luffy if she can still join his crew, and Luffy's like, "Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, you can still always come whenever you have the time to join us." So yeah, that's kind of the thing right then and there. So it was bittersweet. It sucks. I wanted Yamato to officially join the crew, but I guess maybe it's one of those situations where we'll definitely see Yamato later on, and she'll help out the Straws in some sort of way, and then she'll formally become a member of the crew. But I don't know, it's just me, but I just have a feeling like, the fact that she's staying with Wano and she's so tight-knit, especially close to Momonosuke, and she's probably going to help Momonosuke get stronger too. I just have a sneaking suspicion that her and Momonosuke are going to end up hooking up eventually. I understand she calls herself Kozuki Oden, but at the end of the day, she is a chick, and Momonosuke is going to see that, and he's probably going to marry her, and she's probably going to be like the freaking wife to Momonosuke, and she's gonna essentially be a princess or a queen, ruling Wano next to Momonosuke as the shogun. So I just have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. Especially we're gonna cut back like sometime in One Piece after the series is over. We're gonna see what's going on in other countries and everything. We're probably gonna see Momonosuke and Yamato together, and maybe they have like kids or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that kind of sucks. I wanted Yamato to join, but I understand why she stayed. And then the stuff on Amazon Lily, which I remember reading this in the manga. This shit was absolutely crazy. So obviously, when we left off with that whole Amazon Lily storyline, we knew Kobe was going to Amazon Lily to bring in Boa Hancock. Now we find out what actually happened there. So when Kobe was going to bring in Boa Hancock, obviously the Kuja pirates are fighting back. But see, we have it to where we now release these new pacifistas, and they're called the Seraphim. And essentially, from what it looks like, we see two of these new pacifistas called the Seraphims, which they take the resemblance of the form of Mihawk and Boa Hancock, but they're kids, and they look as if they are they look as if they're the same race as King was. They have the black wings with the flame behind it and the brown colored skin like King does. The only thing is they got these stars in their eyes too, and they're very strong. Now Blackbeard also shows up to Amazon Lily because he wants to get his hands on the love fruit that Boa Hancock has, because we know this guy is like always devil fruit hungry and finding ways to steal devil fruits, which we still don't know how he's able to take people's devil fruits and things like that before he kills them off. But he gets involved in this whole thing, and he ends up fighting he ends up fighting the pacifista, which is the Mihawk kit one, and the Mihawk looking one actually like beats Blackbeard fairly easy, which shows you how strong these dudes are. And we know how strong King was, but like, oh my goodness, it's absolutely crazy how strong these new pacifistas are and everything. So in the meantime, Boa Hancock, she's just like, all right, listen, I'm not gonna let these people come into my country and take it. And she basically is like, all right, you guys need to get the hell out of here. Obviously people look at Boa Hancock and they're just infatuated, which she uses her slave arrow, turns most of them to stone and everything. And when it looks like she's about to attack Kobe, Blackbeard comes out of nowhere and freaking grabs Boa Hancock and is like, all right, you need to give me your devil fruit power and everything. Now, we find out that Boa Hancock ended up actually turning some of Blackbeard's commanders into stone, and Blackbeard's like, all right, turn them back. And obviously Boa Hancock's not going to do that. Now, the thing is, Boa Hancock's like, listen, you kill me, you ain't getting them back because you can't unturn them. Only I can undo that. So that's kind of the thing. But and it is at this point in time, like Blackbeard, he's choking out Boa Hancock. Then within the corner of his eye, he sees Kobe, and he's like, "Oh, Kobe, the hero! You helped me take over the pirate island by taking down Wang Ji." So we find out some revelations that apparently Kobe helped out freaking Blackbeard, which is crazy enough. And that's how Blackbeard was able to get the pirate island full lead, I think it's called, correct, if I'm correct. And which that's absolutely crazy within itself. So that's kind of the thing, right? What's going on right then and there. And he's indecisive what he's going to do. But then all of a sudden you have it to where Rayleigh shows up and he just releases his Conqueror's Hawkins, and he's just having people like, oh shit. And basically he's just telling Boa, listen, release these people from their freaking stone, release the people from the stone, and everybody walk away. And everybody walks away. Blackbeard walks away, the Marines walk away, and everything. But we get some interesting information with the fact that, okay, one, Kobe ends up being captured. So he gets captured by Blackbeard, presumably. We find out that Sabo, we covered the Revolutionary Army, and we even covered the Luffy. Sabo apparently killed Cobra. Vivi's captured, which is wearing the straw hats. I remember reading this all in the manga, and I was just like, what the actual hell is going on? And the question is, did Sabo kill Cobra? I don't think he did, because Sabo ends up showing in this episode saying, listen, forgive me, but I didn't kill Cobra, essentially. And we cut off from there. We don't, Kobe's probably captured by Blackbeard. And then the Straws were debating like where Vivi could be at. And it's funny because they're like, okay, let's go to Alabasta, but Zoro's like, they have no king there, so why we can't do much of anything, you know? And then they're even thinking like, all right, let's go to Reverie, or let's go to Marijwa, and Zoro's like, we can't do that. That's like walking into a suicide mission. So then what happens essentially is Zoro has to calm Luffy down by saying, listen, we can trust Vivi. She can take care of herself. She's a strong, independent woman. But yeah. Anyways, going back to the Rayleigh stuff before I talk about Luffy's dream and everything. Um, what is it? Rayleigh ends up confirming to Boa Hancock, like, listen, thank God Blackbeard didn't freaking want to fight because I don't think I could beat this Blackbeard. So basically, Blackbeard he retreated because he knows Rayleigh's somebody he can't f with. Now, obviously, Blackbeard he's a smart individual like that, but it goes to show you, like, all right, Rayleigh kind of made a gamble because if Blackbeard just like, you know what, screw this, I'm fighting you, Rayleigh. Rayleigh probably dies and he probably doesn't win, which according to Rayleigh, that's what would have happened. So essentially, Rayleigh took a gamble, and obviously Blackbeard, just by name, by status, he was like, all right, I'm not effing with one of the king of the pirates men in Rayleigh. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I'm not getting myself into a fight I probably can't win. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. And yeah, so you have to wonder where Shoki's also there too. Why she's there, who knows? We also, that's kind of the thing right then and there. Also, Boa Hancock has a billion berry bounty as well. So she's high up there and everything. So yeah, where they go, who knows? But who knows? Maybe they go out to sea to go find Luffy. I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. And then Luffy's dream. He essentially just reminisces about a time with Sabo and Ace, and he tells the Straw Hats what his dream is, and the Straw Hats have their own reactions to it and everything. So some of it range like, you're freaking stupid. I can't believe you. And, some of them just laugh at it too. And then they ask him like, so you told Ace and Sabo this. What did they react to? And they're just like, oh, they just laugh like you. So who knows what Luffy's dream is? You can say like, okay, it's probably the king of the pirates, but it sounds like it could be something absolutely different than just that. Because why would they just be laughing at that? Oh, him being the king of the pirates and everything. Like, obviously early stage One Piece, they definitely laughed at him saying, oh, you must be out of your mind, Luffy. You ain't being coming to swing of the king of the pirates. But now they know, all right, we're going to lead this guy to become king of the pirates. But so clearly his dream's got to be something else. It's got to be something. When that is revealed, that'll probably be like damn near end One Piece storyline too. But the last few episodes were great. Great, shocking world building stuff in the world of One Piece. Next week's episode is gonna officially start the new Egghead arc. Egghead arc in One Piece. And yeah, but anyways, that's basically it. So I'm gonna get out of here. Again, enjoy your Christmas. Have fun and be safe out there. Yeah, but anyways, catch you guys in the One Piece anime episode review. And then until then, guys, stay safe out there. Peace.